the Rani mantra is uttered, all the Buddhas will guard and protect one's lifespan from being exhausted or shortened. The abodes of the lower realms will be emptied, and the door to the pure realm of Sukhavati will be opened. All will be born there, and so forth. It is taught that there are limitless benefits.
Om Veda Sadhu Samaya Manapalaya Veda Sadhu Tinova Titadino Mibava Sattakayo Mibava Supplication Mibava Adharado Mibava Sarva Siddha Meparayata Sava Karma Siddha Me Siddhanchi Yam Kuru Hung Ha Ho Bangavya Sava Tatnakata Veda Mame Minta Veda Bava Mahasa Sadhu Masava Tatnakata Abhikshikata Sama Jiraye Om Bhaya Tata Om Bhaya Om Soba Vajrayana Soba Soba Vajrayana 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 Ora Soba Vajrayana Jajavana Janadoma Yuare Soba Tomata Tobami Basa Mami Medeva Jivaji Mana Vasata Yama Joma Garmo Mana Adeya Nevena Duda Oma Awam Bezo Vama Garmo Gasavana Ade Nevena Oma Awam Bezo Vama Garmo Gasavat Adeya Nevena Duda Oma Awam Bezo Namazavata Gada Avalo Ome Sambara Namazavata Avalo Ome Sambara Home Namazavata Gada Avalo Ome Sambara Tuji Vijabara Jimala Satala Vijaba Tujita the Vijaba Gajanera Sandala, the Vijama Japatamjita, Yodavara Samsaro, Kangja, the Bojava, Jumano Dajada, the Boya, Semjana Banada, Jujaka, the Toman, the Vajrayana, the water, but they could. There was some much water, general people, some directed, the Baji, and the Chuju, the Jatan, about two, the Baba. Get home, keep young day and down there out there, to him and your parent, told us all good of the year, a little bit on the Chimbo, Jogambe, Lulang, the Ziva, Neta, the Soto, Gozo, the Neta, and so on, but the Umazabana, Zabana, home, Diana, home, Diana, by a home, on a whole. Bayara, the Omazaman, as man of home, the home, by a dana, by a home. All the home, Bayara, the sort of get a children Babala, or take them the dodgy contact and the love the water, the dodgy side the logo, so don't know. Dodgy Tawachi Moda, the Daga Patano, the dodgy diet of Sir Dodgy or the other, she may more. The Patami Bata the budget don't want to go and get Judge, your own better, Taka, Pizarra, but I like Charadura, some draw on, but I don't know, home. Now, cut and be something someday. Bolon Kovashi about the Daddy, don't know the Daddy, Mina, Daddy, never got more to quality, the Vena. Don't get something about Daddy. Don't get my Daddy during Jones. The Tamchi, Tata Mandala, Totem Totem, Jikin Purgati, and Jikin come and neighbor something, Tamchi, Daddy, in Kovachaji. Take some Daddy. 가자 랑게 나디는 뭐 직바에 직바에 베들 랑게들이 상에 로그 존에 상에 나디자 보여 그래라 뭐 단념지 서로 적이 나게 생기 상에 야 보여 sana 이 사지 탐지의 이핑 로드들이 잘 잡아봐봐는 저라가 톱송 사들 메라가 돈다 되래 대상들이 메라를 거래 이게 그들이 편의 역사를 메라 사지 붙이 영가 당시에거든요.
담보기교나. So then next we come to the mandala offering. That is the purpose of that is that there's limitless sentient beings, as limitless as space, and that sentient beings exist because they grasp at a self, and so this is what makes samsara appear. If there is no grasping at a self, then one naturally abides within a state of non-duality. There's no distinction between self and others. So the root of all suffering is self-grasping. All suffering without exception comes from wishing for one's own happiness. So when we make this offering of a mandala, we bring to mind the billionfold universe and all the sentient beings and offer it all up. And that is, we bring to mind all the self-grasping of sentient beings, which has created samsara, and offer it up. And the self-grasping of all beings and one's own self-grasping, in essence, are exactly the same. So you bring it all to mind and you offer it all up, along with the entire universe and all that exists within that universe is all offered up to the Buddhas, and in return think that the Buddhas offer their altruism that all beings then receive. So thinking in this way, please offer a mandala. So Rinpoche said we also can do it in English.
잡지더니 교수님들 상제 잡지 또 남발 잡아 또 임배더니 나카를 좀 홍지도 요요서 대지진에 다소 왔다고요. 나 와서 왔다가 이제 와인.
So then, having offered the mandala, now think that all the Buddhas appear, Buddhas of the 3 times appear in the sky before you, in the center of which is Ushnisha Vijaya, and then they all gather around her like clouds in the sky, and think that in their presence you receive the empowerment. So next we will repeat the supplication.
예시 봉보지 시버 홀로 남종와 대령 셰버 렌체지 조워 달라 가진소.
In English, embodiment of omniscient wisdom, who utterly purifies the wheel of existence, compassionately grant me the empowerment of the exalted deity today.
느끼지 사도 남제 종도 잡설로제 득바샤바다 기와라 지세여라마 사총조도 선지가 당 기회도 좀 산책도 뭐지 이런 거 혼로 좀 장안 넘다 집에래 근데 이제도 원쇼 somla 다잠치 덱바 메게 소소르샤 로웨 게라 지이랑 상제 장처 이지성 상제 규당 송초라 장첩 발드 나잠치 랑이 동이 랍럽설 장첩 셋네 띠발지 장첩 초기 셋네 띠비네 심지 탐지 낙기 롱더일 장첩 쫌초 이용 깨빠지 로라 펜설 상제 럽발쇼
I take refuge in the three jewels and confess all unvirtues and harmful deeds. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings and shall hold the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dear to my heart until attaining enlightenment. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly in order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself. I shall give rise to bodhicitta, having given rise to the Supreme Mind of Enlightenment. I welcome all sentient beings. I will practice the Supreme Bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain enlightenment for the benefit of all beings.
아니 지디디 갑니 왕내지 지등 토고요 당부 릉아 예선하고 또 세부라왕 토고요 세부라왕한테 토고 강에 다지나 달고베나 나지 사축 생기디 지디 제법 가서 당연히 생기는 핑고 산이 로디 생을 샷니들 많이지 유케리지나 당연히 케리지 제요 산이 뒤박차대 전으로는这是些屁股人什么，这大地的桥龙起来的，晓得我的，生活上往这里通过我的，你都给钱不的。
And so this is actually how we actually obtain the freedom, the empowerment, and that is through the repetition, the supplication, understanding its meaning. Of the body, speech, and mind, the mind is most important. So most importantly, we must obtain freedom of the mind. And that is when we let go of self-grasping and give rise to bodhicitta, and then we attain the freedom of the mind. So now during repeating that supplication, what comes to mind is, may I be of benefit to sentient beings. So that is what we say. And then we remember what we said. I have taken this commitment. I promise to benefit sentient beings. And so that imprint then always remains in your mind. And each time it arises in your mind, you remember this, the ice block of self-grasping is melting. And so this is how you really obtain the freedom of the mind. And that is why the meaning of these repetitions these applications that we repeat is very important.
벨레다다 상제샘 진이요래 우선 로아를 둘러 하짝 등에 치고 무슨 들이 차차 옆에 등에 요래 얘는 사지 좀 뒤게 심기 넘는 상계니 심기 삼지 상계를 라요래 그 같이 그 태통점 찍어 말이 사지 요미 시요 말이 사지 매대당 타지고요래 말이 심기 요미 샘디라 사지 그 심기 사지 나디 차요래 사지 저도 나디도 달성을 상계래 차롱데 철에데 사지가 되라버다 차롱데 철에 장소 치보든 사지 것도 장소 치보는 줄에 장소 요정 이요 말이지 사지만 보지 세면 님에스 저도 단지기 나디 자공적으로는 레다 박차 차들이 저도 나디의 적은 차롱데 철에 주지 요나 산지 사기지 요래 대라요래 대다 제사 못하면 들이 동들이 어떻게 요래 심지 삼지 상기 작롱데 쉐야 요래데 대 사지가 돼서는 뒤고아찬 오 상기지 요미 들이 하고 그래 삼지 삼지 뒤따라 상못한다 인핑이 로데 상기부 탑 초대들 인핑이 로래 상에 들이 지지 땅리래 좀 들이 지지요래 대외대 인핑이 로데 답보자 듣고 요래 대다 보자는 챈데라지 못 찾고 요래 저 처럼 처만했지 못 찾고 요래 인핑이 로데다 보자 마시나 럽정만 보지는 배도요 말 다지니 요리 정도 능력이랑지 자공 양당 자공 차로나 자공 도와자 그래 대다워서 고고를 왕문이 들이 덮고 그랬지
So now on the conventional level, there are Buddhas and there are sentient beings. And sentient beings anywhere in the 6 realms of samsara experience much suffering. And that is related to their physical, their material bodies of flesh, blood and bones. So the suffering really is related to our physical form. And at the same time, we hear that the Buddha said, actually all sentient beings are Buddhas. So some people have some doubts about that. They wonder whether we really are Buddhas, whether there are real Buddhas or not. And then there is some who are certain that there is no Buddhas, we are not Buddhas. So the Buddhas, what they have taught us is, if you separate yourself, if you let go of this grasping at a self, then you are a Buddha. So basically what they are saying is, ice by nature is water. The mind of all the Buddhas is like the vast ocean. The ocean is there, but there is no duality. There's no division in the ocean. And likewise, there is no division in the mind. There's no duality in the mind. So the Buddhas are saying, your mind is like a block of ice. And it has become like that due to the karmas you have accumulated and the habitual tendencies you have formed. But then there is a way to melt that ice. There is a way for that ice to transform into water. So what they are saying is that although now you are a sentient being, you have the potential to attain enlightenment. So if we really think about this and understand the meaning, what we get from this is that we learn that all sentient beings have the potential to attain enlightenment. And then the method to attain enlightenment is the altruistic mind. That is the single sufficient method to attain enlightenment. And if you only trust in that, you have really understood karma, cause and effect. If you understand this, you will be able to sustain altruism. And then you will be happy in this life and in all future lives to come. If you do not sustain altruism, even if you study for many years, if you study a lot, it is really useless, because for as long as you perceive a duality, you divide between self and other, you will remain like a block of ice. And so as we are ice blocks, when ice blocks come into each other, bump into each other, there's always conflict. So that will continue. And so with that understanding, you should receive the empowerment.
네 인체는 동화 도망을 남래 난 놀라니 사조서 조금 조바 파시 조금 장들이 상제요래 다 니미체는 상하가 답람 체적 리적 상제거나 릉안이 생라마 톱다 릉안이지 당지 박차지 답었을 다들이 르사고냐던 안에 거기서 거기광도 성공이 대상하는 제발한테 다들이 꼭꼭 족과다 성마다 족과 대그 탑지대 상하고 가까이 상하고 제출했지.
So then the method to attain enlightenment is the path of the sutras and the tantras. According to the sutra path, we practice bodhicitta and we engage in the conduct of the 6 paramitas and then gradually attain enlightenment throughout several lifetimes. And the secret mantra, the Vajrayana, is a method to attain enlightenment within a single lifetime, a single body. So if one wishes to attain enlightenment in a single lifetime, one must attain the freedom of the mind, but also we still have those imprints of body and speech. So although with bodhicitta, like in the sutra path, we attain freedom of the mind, we still have those imprints of body and speech. And so the secret mantra provides a special method to purify these, and therefore we attain enlightenment in a single lifetime. So with our bodies, we visualize the form of the deity, we obtain the form empowerment. With our speech, recite the mantra, we receive the speech empowerment, and so on. So that is the special feature, the special characteristic of the secret mantra, the Vajrayana.
민주관들은 반도를 바꿔서 통제선합 삼지서 나온 것이와 도도도와 대반대의 지대도 롯번 공서설 나라 좀딘데 쪽돌 남발 잘미 고송 덕지에 지서 나와 쌀더솔.
And then in order to receive the actual empowerment, please repeat the following. Master, please think of me. Please bestow upon me the empowerment of body, speech, and mind of the Bhagavati, Ushnisha Vijaya.
살았을 갖고 있는 것도 온도서 와대 반대 집인도 뭐지 zemba 공서서 나네 로라 팽동더 조치 조라 손대지 차제 이시 지더소.
In order to receive the specific empowerment of the body, please repeat the following. Vajra holder, please think of me. I supplicate you, exalted guide, in order to benefit wayfaring beings, please cause the wisdom mudra to arise.
다 소속이란 게 르데 요거 밑장 바디 르 나와 샤를 르데 내는 처마 풀다 받을 그냥 매봐 시공적으로 그런데 이 생각을 이게 름지 이게 자 름지 받으랬더니 이게 가령나 자태 요거를 름시를 다리 이게 세우들이 오셔보들이 저중저 고민들이 좋거든요. 내가 시간은 마음이 잡고나 이들 실제적으로 왜 봤대 들이 생마에 빠지 내 오래서
So then next, do not think of your body at all, of whether it is here or not here. but just think that your body becomes like mist, some complete nothingness, or becomes pure like a crystal vase, and that is completely empty. And think that within that crystal vase there is the nature of your mind that manifests as the seed syllable drum or brum. You can visualize that in any language, like in English script and so on. That doesn't matter, but the sound is the drum syllable that is radiant and luminous inside your body, this crystal vase form of your body, like a butter lamp, like a candle flame inside your body. Focus on that single-pointedly and without distraction.
남자 먹고 바오는 람들다. 들대면 산이자 꽃들하면 생맥처럼 꽃들 세비처럼도 이게 름지 찍고 싸움도 주고 오면 찍딱 말이 이게 좀 뒤들이 이렇게 요래 오게 보더니 마까지 되는 이게 름역대 맞지나 이렇게 요래 이제 니가 곰나 떼와라 곰나 가고는 제발요 말이 니네 진삼비 떼와라 곰나 약실에 들이
So then you close your eyes and visualize the seed syllable. And then later, I'm going to ask you to open your eyes. At once, look at the picture of Ushnisha Vijaya. And then have that appear in your mind. And then also, later after you have died, it will appear in your mind at once. And so if the whole entire deity, like in the picture, does not appear in your mind, that is fine. You can just visualize the seed syllable. Do not think about either the existence or non-existence of your physical body. Just think that there is this big mass of light, has only this light, a light body, and within that there is that seed syllable. So also later, when we recite the mantra, if there is too much to the mantra, you can just visualize the seed syllable drum. So it is most important that you don't forget about the drum syllable. And you can visualize it either at the level of your heart or at the navel chakra. If you have some issues with kind of emotional or heart being unwell in the heart area, then it is better to visualize at the navel.
들이 양당양도 살을 대받지 생물 양당양도 지나 들이 하려면 차용거리 되게 남도 박자 삼삼지 그래 들이 집안도 예야매 받잖아 들이 사지 다 문은 놓고 그래 생물 예야매 차려 들이 살놓고 그래.
So you have this image of Ushnisha Vijaya in your book. So first you close your eyes, have this image ready in your hands, and then later I ask you open your eyes, and then at once you look at this image of Ushnisha Vijaya, and then again close your eyes and have this image appear in your mind. And repeat this again and again, thinking of the deity with great faith. And then eventually there will be a vague image begin to appear in your mind. And when that appears, then all ordinary thoughts and habitual tendencies naturally dissolve. And so as you keep practicing the deity, when you reach a point where you never, there is never a moment where you do not think of the deity, when it's always in your mind, that is the time when you accomplish the deity.
Om Bele da 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 Om Be Om Soba Vajuda Soba da Ma Soba Vajuda Wang No Mani de Jo Tom Bagane Na Sopi Mata Da Ve Teng Do Pamle Nambar Java Chudi Pamja Chudi Japa Magusta Da Sopi Bada Da Ve Tena Jum
So page 18, 18.
좀 보여도 저 발에 로마는 그 저거 또 넘버 좀 갖고 놓아서 저가 보여서 용호보 같이 숨숨 나가와 집에 맘저 어디 봐서야 나도 저지 뭐 보라니 왜 밤이 다 저지 용지 배어도 저 집에 저거 저 뭐저 봐 Carbo, you, Bema, Yang, you, the Sanado, you, Bala, the Vedoji, the Boji, the thing you watch at the Mayo, the Rondo Jaye, the Hoje, you pass on the Boji. Ye Dorje, Jagang, Saya, Jagang, you would think so, you could talk about James and Jay, you want to talk about the maid, about Jima. But you Jim was almost somebody just liable, you just think about what on the community Manakuta. So I was to separate them, but I got on the armor when you go home, what is it? She's supposed to get the Dutch about Dotino Kawabana. From Manana to Marjaba Meba, so what only come better Yazabara. Better Samaya Jana Avijaya.
So now open your eyes and look at the image of the deity, and then repeat this. Look at this image again and again, but most importantly, think of the syllable drum.
Beda pepam drade zo beda dipam drade zo beda alogam bade zo beda gende bade zo beda deve de bade zo doje je to je lo doje be che do ne je da zo Oh, yeah, so what the Vajrayana, what is it? That's one of the Tashi Jews, I don't know the learning at one of the gate, one of the just so. I put up one of the Homas, the Madilla, the Mandala, I am a Tokona, the time, you were back about the Jeremy. Did you go on to the water? Somala, one boy. One go to Jimbo, or Consum boy, as I say, when you saw the Nelly, or Jimbo, or Mazawada, Gada, Samaya Jere, or Mazawada, Gada, Beke, Samaya Jere, then group Pumpach, take out Tony, take out Chetok, 맥바지 강원에 남칼이 차바바다를 너희가 차바 사람들이 때 감정 생긴들 계속 잡아만 같이 되니 저들이 루용도 사랑매 바 강성 맥바지에다 온 거예요.
So then when you receive the vase nectar in the palm of your hand, drink half of that nectar, and the other half you can place it, wipe it onto your crown, the top of your crown. And at that time, visualize that this nectar is the rain of nectar that flows down from all the deities abiding in space. And think that this shower of nectar enters the central channel through the crown of all sentient beings in the three realms of samsara and fills up their bodies, rendering their bodies transparent, losing any sense of outer and inner.
배다 고베드 주지죠 류탑지 강 드마탑지 다 체엘마 제대 제발을 이게 더 보자는 거 뭐지 로봇이 또 사원주 오저고 왕가라요 거기 지랑을 로봇 밥을 먹었는데 뭐도 보통 어서 여러분도 제대로 고모도 봐도 사집에 맞이 반납을 제가 되는 지가 다시 또 뭐 다시 무슨 또 버튼 될 좋대다 거기 따라 지서 나왜 리지고는 싹바 드마 박차 되지다 제봤다 그 지서 나와 말이 봐톱 리라이 제는 나동 송조거를 먹고 말아 왕제부 쪼꼬쪼꼬 까바지도 세봐야 노소
Being thus initiated, all defilements accumulated through the body and the habitual tendencies of grasping at them are purified, and you have received a complete form empowerment. You are now empowered to visualize your body as the deity, the union of appearance and emptiness. As a result, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Nirmanakaya.
성구지 당가도 소와다 반대지 도제 zemba 공소소 다네 로라 피동도 하지 왕골 이시체 무저
Then in order to receive the speech empowerment, please repeat the following. Vajra holder, please think of me in order to benefit wayfaring beings. Please impart the great wisdom of the mantra empowerment that bestows all accomplishments.
나도 무섭더라 나라도 사건되는 쪽을 왜 마마되는 쪽을 왜 좋았어요. 사지 뭐니 마지 다고지 사지 고는 탕치 곰도고요 말이. 그러는 사지 곰이 딱 마지 저도 배를 좀하고 멈춰다고 좀 세세 멈춰다고 세세 사지 곰 그래서는 하 되고 사지 심시는 하 통하지 고르지 돼你这把这些，人家几个过来的，有人没得了，你基本上是这的，身体结啊别吧，那么呢，扎的卡地上来我们把地到了这里，这里我们扎到，做到扎个把卡他去了，这是啊，无声着过来，马克着过来的，这马就扎那扎大坡住，你上个几步这个有平不要门。아미리 와서 엄마니 비비고 잡다라 로르들이 설명서 오래 마를 잡도 제대로 마마고 다고 동대리 사실 유는 보지야 매가 차고래 되게 상무스도 거라더니 마간도 거래지.
So for now here it says the wisdom that comes from the mantra that bestows all accomplishments. So the accomplishment of the deity comes from the mantra recitation. And so actually often when people ask me, is it okay if I just meditate on the deity, I just visualize the deity and I don't recite the mantra? The thing with mantra recitation is that we do, it is sufficient to only think of the deity, but if we don't recite the mantra, then we are unable actually to always meditate on the deity. The mind will grow tired and we are unable to always think of the deity. So there's a certain number of mantras to be accumulated for each deity. For example, for Tara, we say that we should accumulate 1,000,000 Tara mantras. And while we do that, we should focus on the deity single-pointedly. We visualize the deity, we visualize the mantra garland, the wheel of Tara, and so on, single-pointedly. So while we recite the mantra, at the same time, we are also directing our minds single-pointedly to the deity. So it supports us to direct our minds single-pointedly in order to progress through the 4 branches of accomplishment accomplishing the deity. That is the approach and the close approach, the accomplishment, the great accomplishment. So we practice the deity for a very long time, so that in the end, the deity always remains in our mind. We never forget about the deity. And that is the time when we accomplish the deity. And then the deity is always there. For example, when you hear the sound of a jet plane, for example, immediately the mantra comes to your mind. It is always there. So in this way, we are actually purifying our habitual tendencies of body and speech. And so when we recite the mantra, it is also important to recite it very clearly, to announce it very clearly and precisely. And we should not only focus on the number. If we only quickly recite the certain number of mantras, it is of not much benefit. But actually we should recite it very clearly. For example, Om Ami Deva Shri or Om Mani Padme Hum. Because if you announce clearly, if you pronounce the syllables clearly, then also naturally your mind will be clear. So that is actually the reason why we have to recite so many mantras, a certain number of mantras. It is so that we never forget about the deity, if we focus for this entire duration single-pointedly. So that is why we say we accomplish the deity on the basis of mantra recitation. So next we will repeat the mantra, and during that time visualize that from the deities abiding in space, a rain shower of mantra syllables descends down. And as you repeat the mantra, think that it enters your speech, and the short mantra of the deity then descends down to your drum syllable that you have visualized, and it begins to circle around the drum syllable. So now think that each of you have received the short mantra around the drum syllable. So for the repeating, we will repeat the medium length mantra.
Om Ami De Amritu Bhave Amritu Bhave Amrita Patinte Amrita Potente Amrita Amrita Gate Gate Amrita Amrita Gamana Gamana Amrita Amrita Ayadade Soha Ayadade Soha Om Amrite Om Amrite Amrito Bhave Amrito Bhave Amrita Patinte Amrita Potente Amrita Gate Amrita Gate Amrita Gamana Amrita Gamana Amrita Amrita Ayadade Ayadade Soha Soha No Amrite Amrite Amrito Bhave Amrito Bhave Amrita Patinte Amrita Potente Amrita Gate Amrita Gate Amrita Gamana Amrita Gamana Amrita Amrita Ayadade Soha Ayadade Soha Ma Drimbori Dibala Om Drum Soha Amrita Ayadade Soha Amrita Ayadade Soha Ma Dibayori Gom Turti Ma Dibati Dokotara Gomna Chokuyorti Pitagona Yore. So that just was the medium length mantra. Then the short mantra is Om Drum Soha Om Amrita Ayadade Soha. So if it is difficult to recite or think of the medium length mantra, you can also think of the short mantra, and that short mantra you can also find in your sadhana. Which page? On page 30, 29. Huh? Oh, 29 is medium on the bottom, and 30 is the short one on top. Romanande Jidu Jomdi
Chomden,
Daki
Daki,
Zong La Ji
Songlaki,
Dala
Dala,
Govar
Govar,
Zetaso Jomde Do Dalaja Dalagoa de Lazon Hajagonda Teleja to Juktima de Zon Telezo Ponte the Raja Rambeda Yazo Ati be Mayova. The Children of Rajarazam Choba, Chujaba, Chicken and Chiziga, telling you think about touching you bow. Touching for some better than the yacht, Jesus knowing. I will go and support the map of chat at this about. So we Jesus know Maliba talk, I general some heart, don't from sugar about dollar one. They were long got about Kabachi the Sebaya.
Being thus initiated, all defilements accumulated with speech and the habitual tendencies of grasping at them are purified, and you have received the complete speech empowerment. You are now empowered to recite the deity's secret mantra, the union of sound and emptiness. As a result, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Sambhogakaya. Then we take a break for 30 minutes, and during this time you can recite